I bought my son a $100 ATV project. One Amazon part might have brought the whole thing to a screeching halt. In this video, I'm going to show you the latest steps we had to take to get this thing running, get him to take his first ride, and I'm going to show you the one part from Amazon we saved money on that has thrown us way off track. Last night, we swapped in the new starter one-way gear and the starter idler gear. So those are both brand new. We also put on the carburetor that I rebuilt and the fuel tank. Tommy replaced the petcock. We're gonna get the clutch cover on, get that tightened up so that way that starter gear is captured again. We will test spin it over to make sure that everything is tight and working fine, and then we'll get some gas line on this and try to get it so we can ride it. Tommy's cleaning out the disintegrated air filter. How would you explain that texture?
Feels like kinetic sand, but gross. Kind of like a old crumbled cosmic brownie.
A lot of these holes are filled up from dirt daubers like we had mentioned in the previous video. So my plan of attack has been a little bit of WD-40 all over the place. And then, because I don't have a metric tap set at home, I took one of these screws and I used my grinder to cut a groove in it. And I run that in and out, and that little groove cleans the threads out, and then I'm good to go with a normal bolt. And all the crud is in the slot. Alright, the cover is on, so Tom and I are going to make sure it turns over. And then if it does, everything working good there, we're going to put some fuel line on, put a little gas in, and see if we can get it to start. When Tom was riding the four-wheeler, we kept getting smoke coming out of that belt covering housing, and I decided to take it apart, see what was going on, and unfortunately, the $40 one-way starter gear we got from Amazon overheated, crapped all its grease out, and the inner race of the bearing is stuck on the shaft. So I'm going to have to cut that now, and we're either going to see about trying to make the Yamaha one I took off work, or we're going to have to order another one. This starter clutch came. It was assembled. I put it on. We put the clutch back on. Got everything going. Seemed great. After one ride, the bearing had so much side load on it that it welded the inner race to the crankshaft and smoked all of the grease out of the clutch. Nice. It turns out that the Chinese company that built this, it's missing a spacer inside that stops the clutch when it is tightened on from side loading the ball bearing. Without that, the clutch was tightened on and it put a load on a ball bearing which is not made for that. Just like so. I had to cut it off, get the inner race, clean up the crankshaft, was able to save everything, and I took the original Yamaha starter clutch and rebuilt it, and hopefully that'll get us back on the road.